today very fast and very brief. This particular episode, I've tried to really avoid it. I've really tried to avoid this episode. Now, before I finish, you will know why. You may derive some other reasons, but I will give you my very first reason. Good morning and win forever. Thank you so much for tuning in one more time. Now, today very fast and very brief. This particular episode, I've tried to really avoid it. I've really tried to avoid this episode. Now, before I finish, you will know why. You may derive some other reasons, but I will give you my very first reason. When I deal with the issues that touches men of God, especially anointed, women of God, especially anointed, I'm always very careful not to point fingers. Now, there is an episode that I did about this, especially in the discipleship programs. But in this particular one, this one that I want to talk about is about the purported SCOAN, East Africa. Now, when Mama Evelyn and the SCOAN team, Emmanuel TV, the entire team was coming to Kenya, Nairobi specific, and there were groups that were formed in WhatsApp groups, Telegram groups, and etc. etc.
Good morning and win today. My name is M. Tommy, Pastor Peace Ark Ministry, and it's a wonderful Wednesday right in Nigeria, and I'm super excited like always to be on your screen. So I'm not going to take your time today. I just want to iron out something here. There's this issue that has been going on for weeks now. I didn't want to talk about it, but because of what former evangelist of the Synagogue of All Nations, evangelist Joseph, and they came online to say, is why I'm coming out to speak right now. So it is about the issue of this Uganda, Synagogue of All Nations in Uganda, connecting to Prophet Kakande, as Kakande Ministries. Okay, so why I'm talking is because Evangelist Joseph has made some sensitive statements about this whole matter. If you wanted to take make corrections or clear the A, you would have gone straight ahead and clear the A than trying to make it look as if the Synagogue of All Nations doesn't know what they're doing. Because there are people that are smart. You don't just wake up and talk and think that nobody knows what you're talking about. I can read in between the lines. What he's saying right now is like the Synagogue of All Nations is not aware that Daddy had made this clear. That's number one. Number two, that the leadership of the Synagogue of All Nations, that is Mommy Evelyn Joshua, is not consistent with, the things that they put on the ground. That's what you're saying. You may say that's not what I'm trying to say. That's exactly what you're saying. And the third thing is like you want to knock the two heads together. You're trying to bring conflict between Prophet Kakande and Mommy Evelyn Joshua.
Now, it's a while since these groups were formed. But the good thing is that these groups are only posting, the postings are only done by the admins of this group, of which admins happen to be coordinators specifically identified by Mama Evelyn's SCOAN in Lagos, Nigeria. Now, that is one advantage. But then, some people also joined these platforms. One of the things that really bring me down into doing this episode is that now there is a number from Uganda with code positive 256. Any place you hear any number calling you with 256, that means it's a Ugandan number. Basically, it's a Ugandan number. In Kenya, it's 254. In Tanzania, is 255. Those are numbers, codes of East Africa. They follow each other. Now, one thing that happens is someone is calling members within those platforms, saying there is SCOAN in Uganda. I am 100% sure this man is not closely related to even Prophet Kakande.
And the third thing is like you want to knock the two heads together. You're trying to bring conflict between Prophet Kakande and Mommy Evelyn Joshua.
There are things that have been purported, and people are talking about some things here on the ground. I want to make this thing clear. I had said it. I had Pastor Tomi also talk about this. Evangelists, the posts of TB Joshua sermons and Prophet TB Joshua online, those posts have done a clearance on this issue. They talk about the branches and they talk about the affiliative agencies, the sons and the daughters. These things are very different. I've said this many times. So the Ugandan is talking about SCOAN, the East Africa, SCOAN, East Africa, SCOAN, East Africa. And we made it clear there's no such thing like SCOAN, East Africa. So the posting was done. Leave alone what evangelist Joseph, the such evangelist Joseph was talking about. Oh, Prophet TB Joshua ordained and launched SCOAN Uganda. The SCOAN position have come out very clear and explained this point that we don't have SCOAN in Tanzania, in Uganda, or even in Kenya. We don't have SCOAN, but we have sons and daughters of SCOAN. Now, that's one thing we need to understand. We have sons and daughters of SCOAN. This thing have brought problems in different places. But then this one, I want to make it clear. I know you know something. If you know something, you want to talk about it, go to the comment section and talk to us right now. And talk to us what you understand. Thank you so much. Timothy Profitable, and this is Blevo. We handle your spirituality, economic, and social matters. See you in the next episode.